Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. We have our second destination in LR, EZA Boujack's World Tour, and that is against Red Zone Cell Max. I've decided instead of switching up the team, I'm going to stick to him on the 200% lead, just because there's no build up against Cell Max, like you're in the difficult part from the get-go. May not be as difficult in some senses compared to a Mega Shenron, but as I said, just because you're in the difficult part from like the get-go, not only that as well, just to be safe, let me pop a Whis just to cover the Ginyus. And then also his main gimmick being he super attacks multiple times in one turn. I thought why not keep the 200% lead? The only thing that's different this time around is I have taken Turles off the team, so not only will LR Boujack not be linking up the best, I mean, we can still trigger big bad bosses and thirst for conquest, which does give him a decent chunk of attack and defense, like extra. So he should still be performing well, especially with the 200% lead buff from double Ginyus. But we're not also getting the support as well that Turles can offer. So he won't perform as well, but he should still be fine. From what we've seen of him, he should still put out some decent numbers damage-wise. Defensively, he should still pretty much be the same. Of course, we kind of want to lose a bit of HP so we can get that more defense boost from his passive, but not too much where we're going to risk dying. But yeah, even though we're not going to have the support from Turles, even though he's not going to be ideally linked up, we should still pretty much be okay, I'm not going to lie. I still have faith in Boujack. I still have faith. No additional supers from the friend Ginyu, bruh. My guy's got 2 dupes. At least I'm pretty sure he's got 2 dupes. Does he have 2 dupes? He does, and he's got 25 additional and didn't launch one. Alright, we're gonna float you off. I don't really want to bring Tech Golden Freezer just because obviously we need our HP at a certain threshold so he has damage reduction. Boujack needs to lose HP to get more defense. But considering right now we've got 240k defense, we can get 5 or more Kisses, which means we've got the extra attack and defense plus 50%. And we have 279k defense. This is because we literally only have Revival active. So no big bad bosses, no thirst for conquest. Considering we have type advantage and a Whis active, Boujack's going to be okay here, pre and definitely post super. That's for sure. But from what I'm seeing, even with no links active, even before raising his defense on super, yeah, 5.7 mil, I know that's not that great, but we literally have no links active aside from Revival. But still, almost 6 mil is actually not bad. And yeah, 4.3 mil crit as well, and an additional, so he's even raised his defense twice. Not even needs it right now with a type advantage. But that means, even without any links or any good links active, with 5 or more key spheres to get the extra 50% attack and defense, that means Boujack pre-super against Cell Max, type neutral anyway. As long as we get 5 or more key spheres and he's linked up slightly better than he is with Golden Freezer, that means Boujack is already tanking Cell Max's basics, which I'm pretty sure are slap dash on 300k, like bang on. That means he's tanking them for pretty much nothing. Like, he's tanking them bang on. It's just supers we have to watch out for. Okay, I mean, our best bet would be to do this, but this guy needs to stack. And we need to get Raccoon and Goldo on this rotation. This is what I mean, and it's kind of affecting the rest of the team. With this being Boujack's only 200% lead, which is not the worst thing in the world, he does need probably another one, but the team's the least of his worries. Like, you can still fit them on, you just have to make sure your rotations are set out quickly. This is what I mean of, he mainly just needs another Boujack unit to go with him. Otherwise, he doesn't link up that well. Because he don't link up that well with other units to link with him aren't linked up that well. He just needs another Boujack to go next to him. That's pretty much what he needs. I think I might have to pop another Whis already, which is really bad because we are not going to have any items for the remainder of this entire event. But we're just going to have to do what we got to do. As long as we can get everyone else built up quickly, that's fine. You attack Golden Freezer. As long as we can get everyone else built up quickly, then we might not have to worry about having no items. But for the most part, as long as Boujack gets a good showing in the video, I don't really mind if we die. As long as he can show how good he can be and how well he matches up against Cell Max or any red zone boss, I don't mind. But he definitely needs a better linking partner. That's the one thing that just actually really annoys me. It's just he's so good. He just needs someone better to go with him. Because it's not even, as I said, it's not even just him that gets affected. Like, as I said, he still puts up some solid numbers as long as you have, like, big bad bosses and active. His defense is in a very solid spot, especially after he super attacked. And if you're getting those 5 or more key spheres. But the main thing is, because he doesn't have a decent linking partner, you have to link him up with LR Final Form Cooler or a unit like that. And then they get affected because they don't link that well with Boujack either. And it's also just not a very solid rotation. Like, LR Final Form Cooler should be with a Golden Freezer, LR, or one of the EZAs. But instead, well, we're pretty much probably gonna have him set up with Boujack, which neither of them are a slot 1 unit. And if this is like against Broly and like one of his, like in his final phase, yeah, no, you're not gonna want that. Like in one of them videos, I'm probably gonna have to put like Golden Freezer next to him just purely so there's someone to tank. But then we're literally only going to have like Revival active, which means Bojack's not performing as well as he could do. So yeah, as I said, more so than a team, like, don't get me wrong, another 200% lead would be great. But more so than that, he just needs a better linking partner, which again, standalone Boujack, give it to me, because this guy needs some help right now. Kind of like EZA LR Cell after he received his EZA, he just needs a better Cell unit to go with him. Because those are his best linking partners, other cells. He needs someone like near his level that can compete in harder content, and that's exactly what Boujack needs right now. But either way, we can still still see how solid he's being. As I said, guaranteed he's tanking Stelmax's basics for double digits. Supers with no item, different story. You're probably looking at 200 to 300k. Because after supering, after the orbs, you're looking at like 300k defense, or maybe just under. I mean, with big bad bosses and stuff active, you're looking at probably like just over 300k defense. The 30% defense raise is only going to do so much, and Cellmax does 600k on a super. So with an item active, he'll probably tank supers really well. With no item active, you're probably looking at least like 200k, which I know that's a decent chunk, but in the grand scheme of things, not too bad. I mean, to be fair, we could have him linked up with LR Golden Freezer, because at least we'll have legendary power active. We won't have big bad bosses, which is a huge link to miss out on. But at least we'll have legendary power, so at least we'll be doing some extra damage here. That's the only thing. As I said, it's a partner to go next to him. It's a unit to sit next to him. It's a slot 1 unit. He just doesn't have one. As I said in yesterday's Red Zone video, you put him in slot 3, Bojack's fine. With his orb changing, things like that, you may not get the 5 key spheres that consistently because he's the last one to pick up orbs. Especially if the orb placement's like really unkind to you. But as a slot 3 unit, he'll be great. But obviously for the sake of content purposes, we have him on main rotation. Until it's probably not safe to do so, but you know, you've seen him perform. But for the sake of content, this man's got to go on main rotation right now. And main rotation, unfortunately, on the categories he goes on, and that's all 3 of them. And as I said, he's got probably 3 of the strongest extreme type categories in the game, in Space Traveling Warriors, Movie Bosses, and Terrifying Conquerors. A lot of them share. A lot of them units actually share all 3 of them categories, Cooler, Freezers, etc. But because he doesn't have a good linking partner to go on rotation with him, because he doesn't have a slot 1 unit to go on rotation with him, like there are slot 1 units, they just don't work well with Boujack. And because that's the case, slot 3 he would work really well. You know, he'd work as a solid slot 3 unit. But in main rotation, it's hurting him. Right now that we have big bad bosses and Thirst for Conquest active, now look where our defense is. 351k, even without getting 5 or more key spheres, even before we've raised his defense on super. So yeah, he's more than capable of tanking against Cell Max. I said an item would definitely benefit him a whole lot on tanking supers. But basics, yeah, he's completely fine. But we may die here because my cooler's barely built up. But yeah, in terms of attack and defense, as long as you have big bad bosses active, Thirst for Conquest is more so a bonus. But as long as you have big bad bosses active, Bojack's fine. But it does make rotations just a little bit of a mess. A little bit of a mess. As I said, slot 3. As a slot 3 unit, he'd be chilling. But there we go, 9.3. He was doing just under 6 a minute ago. Now he's doing almost 10 with big bad bosses and Thirst for Conquest and Legendary Power, but mainly them 2 units. Big 4.8 mil crit and an additional that's just scraping almost 6 mil. Yeah, no item active, he took 9 damage. I mean, even without the additional, he was tanking that for double digits because we already had enough defense to tank his basics. Although, as I said, we may die here now. I have no items left because we had to use them all in the beginnings. Caller has type of Savage. We're probably going to die here. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead. We're definitely dead. But, I mean, at least since there's no multiple phases for Selmax, you can kind of see how he does. The only thing we didn't see was how well he would cope against type disadvantage, which on a basic, probably after super, he would still be okay. It might not be double digits, but he would be fine. There's no risk of him dying. A super, like if he was to be supered by type neutral Selmax, you would still need an item. And again, he would probably be okay. But he's such a good EZA. He performs really well. It's just not having a partner to go with him is really hurting him. And it starts to hurt the rest of the team. That said, as a slot 3 unit, he'd be okay. He'd be fine. For the sake of the content, we've got to have him on main rotation. But because he doesn't have a decent linking partner right now, it's probably going to get LR EZA Boujack overlooked for team builds. Like, better options that, you know, have better cohesion. Like, if we were to build this team, right? You take off Boujack, and you're going to go into a red zone run, we can go Meta Cooler. Works really well with all the cooler units, the freezer units. He would be fine. Or we just completely switch up the team and go on, you know, this guy's 200% lead. Even on a 170 lead, which I know Boujack would be fine on, there's still much better options. Because again, this guy would work even better under his 200% lead. He also fits the 200% lead. There's also this guy who would work incredibly well. We know how good he can be. And then also we have AGL Golden Freezer on top of that. So yeah, until we get a new standalone Boujack, which again, we're probably overdue one because it's mad that we don't have a good summonable one, Dokkan Fest or LR otherwise. Bojack's he's kind of in purgatory right now with, you know, there's better options for team cohesion, but he's a very good EZA that just doesn't have anyone else to go with him. But I really do like him, but do let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys, and peace.